the Cubewise conference here in Sydney. I'm here with Anne-Marie Rodd, who's from GHD. She's just finished her presentation to the folks at the conference here. Welcome, Anne-Marie. Thanks for your time. Thanks for taking the interview as well.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks for having me.
So maybe you can kind of explain your background, because you've been using TM1 a long time. You're a developer from you've seen lots of systems over the years.
I have. I started using TM1 back, over 20 years ago now.
Right.
That's a long time.
How many systems have you seen in that time, do you think?
Oh, I don't think I could count.
Yeah.
It's got to be in the hundreds.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. From training to developing to reviewing, there's so many.
Okay, and this is global as well. I mean, you didn't just,
yes.
You're from Brisbane originally? And
I'm a Brisbane girl, but I have worked in the US. I have had several clients over there that I've worked on their models.
Okay.
Over the years.
All right, so you are qualified to talk about TM1.
I'm
giving you the qualification now.
Thank you.
Time. Yeah.
I have my Cubewise qualification as well.
Oh, really?
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
Great.
Got my credential.
Right, okay, so your presentation about the TM1 experience at GHD is I think really interesting, because I think a lot of companies probably go through that sort of process of where they have TM1 for a long time, and then for whatever reason, they kind of I think probably priorities of, if it's working well, then priorities go down, and then something else gets to go up the priority list, be more important. What do you think it necessitated that kind of stuff? Did that happen at GHD, or is that, have you seen that happen a lot?
I have seen that happen a lot. There's always little bits and pieces that sneak up the ladder or sneak into a model over the lifespan of a model. GHD had TM1 for maybe 15 years. Yeah. So the model just hadn't scaled with the business, and the people that had been working on the model weren't necessarily as skilled as they needed to be to make the changes that they were making, and it just became a lot of band-aids and patches placed over the model over the years, and it just became unyielding to use, or unusable basically.
A classic case of technical debt, sort of,
yes,
not getting paid back. So eventually you paid it back, sort of thing, yeah? We
did, yes. So I've been at GHD for about 7 months now. And when I got there, it didn't take long to work out that there were some serious problems with their models they had in place. Yeah. So we looked at options for what to do. So we talked about, well, we could rebuild and maybe do a parallel run. We could just refresh the old model a little, but it was just so broken. We were spending probably 90% of our support team's time just maintaining and fixing the little mistakes that would happen at every month end. Right. So it was just time for a rebuild. We started from scratch.
Okay. All right. So, and is it done? How, what's the net result? Is people happy? And
yes, all the way up to our CEO is very impressed with our model.
Really?
Our standard P&L used to take 90 seconds to update. It now takes 2.5 seconds. So everyone's really happy with that. Yeah.
Okay. And this is what kind of applications are you getting? Like, is it just in finance, or?
This model was financial reporting and KPIs. So we're a global organisation, over 135 countries. We have 3 different ERP systems around the world, multiple currencies. So all of that pulled into one place was something that GHD hadn't had in 5 years. We were missing a large chunk of data from a consolidated point of view for the last 5 years. Right. So now they have that back, and they can see the whole business quickly as well.
Right. And this is planning and reporting. It's not
planning and reporting. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's multi-company, multi-currency. It's as nasty as it gets.
It is. It is a monster. Right. We have more plans to do more. We have a whole budgeting model to do. We have our statutory reporting and automated cash flow forecasting as well. So there's lots still to do at GHD. Okay. There's a lot still broken in the models that we haven't touched, but the pieces that we have touched are looking really good, and the business is very happy.
Great. Okay. So I mean, what learnings do you think out of all the years you've seen TM1 or whatever? If there's a sort of a piece of advice about I guess you build a system, it's not over once you've built it.
No.
And I think maybe that's a kind of like a trap that folks fall into when they buy or build a system, is they think, okay, we've got to get this done.
Yep.
And then things change, and people move and all that sort of stuff. So
I think one thing we were lacking in GHD was documentation and lack of regular maintenance of the model. So there was just stuff accumulating over time that we had to clear out. Starting from scratch definitely did that.
Right, certainly.
Yeah. So they were two big pieces. Also, going forward, we are encouraging our developers not to just put on a patch, but do it right the first time. Don't just tweak it so that it'll work and get you over the line.
Right.
Actually fix it properly.
You're employing standards built in from the start, sort of thing.
Yes.
As opposed to many hands in the machine, sort of thing.
Exactly right.
What kind of tools and best practice?
We're using Pulse for monitoring our models, and we're also using that for documentation. We're using Arc, which is a very nice development tool for us.
Okay.
Yeah, we love Arc.
Yeah.
We are using, what else are we using?
You're putting in Bedrock as sort of like
Yes,
a foundation
thank
piece?
you.
Right.
Yep,
Okay,
we're using
right.
Bedrock and Applicode as well.
Yeah.
Just having those building blocks as our staples just got our model built so much faster than it otherwise would 8 to 10 weeks to build a whole system. And the majority of that time was actually reconciling data from our ERPs.
So, 8 to 10 weeks rebuild of a system that had thousands of
Yes, it has
the years,
15 years of data across, I don't even know how many companies that there are, but a lot of companies, 135 countries. So yeah, we've got a lot of data. But yeah, majority of the time was spent just reconciling all of that data and getting it all right. The actual model building time was probably 4 to 5 weeks, and then the 3 weeks was just reconciling.
Great. Okay. Well, it sounds like a dream implementation. Another one.
Yes. Another one.
List.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. That's Anne-Marie Rod from GHD, and we'll close this one up. We'll come back very shortly.
Thanks, Jason.